Am I the asshole? For asking my mother to leave because she won't stop wasting my food. My baby sister just had a baby and our mom came to help. My sister and her husband live in a tiny apartment with no room for my mom. I agreed to let her stay with me since I live only 8 blocks away. It's walkable. My plan was to Uber her over in the morning and pick her up after work. I only eat 1 meal a day during the week. Supper. I have coffee for breakfast and some fruit for lunch. On Saturday I treat myself to a good breakfast and Sundays I take the woman I'm dating for brunch. My mother decided that this was unacceptable. She got up early and went through my fridge and freezer to make me breakfast. I told her that I appreciate it, but that I do not usually eat breakfast. She said that was stupid. I very clearly communicated to her that she was welcome to eat anything in my home, but to please not make me breakfast as it was a waste. She made breakfast the following day. I walked out without eating it. I figured worst case scenario, I could eat it for supper. She threw it out since I didn't eat it. I told her once more to please not waste my food. She made breakfast for me the next day. I asked her if she was developing dementia. She is wasting my food for no good reason. I'm not poor or anything, but wasting food is a pet peeve of mine. She said I was being ungrateful for her help and she was doing it to be nice since I was letting her stay with me. I explained to her again that I did not need, want, require, or desire breakfast during the week. She said she understood. She made me breakfast the next day. I had had enough. I took her luggage with me when I dropped her off at my sister's home. I told my doorman that my guest was no longer welcome. I got so many messages from her and my sister all day long. Even my dad called me to ask me to change my mind. I said no. He had to drive up and rent an Airbnb close to my sister because my mom was too scared to stay by herself. He's retired so he didn't miss work or anything. My sister came over alone to talk to me. She said I was being a complete ass and that I could afford the food my mom was wasting. I said I could, but that I didn't want to. She literally used up 2 months' worth of my food. She made up huge breakfasts that I didn't even eat. I keep all my bacon in individual servings. She thawed out 3 for every breakfast. 1 for her and 2 for me. And I ate 0. My father has asked me to let her back in. I said I would under the condition that she understand that my food is completely off limits to her. She can pay for her own food. I said I would make room in the fridge and freezer for her. She said I was being ridiculous and petty. So my dad is staying neutral, but my mom and sister think I'm a jackass. My girlfriend thinks the whole thing is hilarious and refuses to get involved. 3 unwanted and uneaten breakfasts in, and you couldn't get much clearer. I explained to her again that I did not need, want, require, or desire breakfast during the week. She said she understood. She made me breakfast the next day. Maybe that dementia suspicion should be taken seriously. Not the asshole sounds more like your mother was initiating a power play, and that she would have continued wasting your food which she knew bothered you, but that was the point until you capitulated. Then she would have won. You throwing her out was inconvenient, so of course you had to be the bad guy. But that shouldn't have been necessary if your mother had been the least bit reasonable. People tend to take the easier route, and asking a reasonable person to capitulate is much easier than asking an unreasonable person to be reasonable. I think it is hilarious too, but do I not fault you at all? OP, you are not the asshole. The first time was a not listening. The second and third time was your mom trying to exert her will on you. You made yourself clear that you did not want breakfast, she made it anyway and threw it away instead of putting it away for you for dinner just in case. Not the asshole. There is no reason why you should put up with her complete disrespect of your wishes in your own house, day after day after day after day. I know you were most likely just joking when you asked if she had dementia, but do you that could be a possibility? To continue to cook food she knows you won't eat and knows will be thrown away is disturbing. The fact that your sister thinks you should just let her keep making food to be thrown away is also disturbing. How long was she planning on staying with you? Please don't ever break up with your girlfriend. She is a gem. And not the asshole. I am a mother of adult children. Had I been in your mother's position, there would never have been another breakfast made after the first had I made the first one without checking to see if you were even interested, because you would have told me not to do it. I think your conditions for her staying with you again are more than reasonable. Again, your girlfriend is great. Not the asshole. And tell your mom this. It's my house, my rules. You know, the one they used to say to you when you were growing up. Not the asshole. Your girlfriend is smart. Not the asshole. Your mother willfully refuses to believe that her help isn't. Your house, your rules, and she refuses to follow one simple rule. Not the asshole in the least. You have made it very clear that you do not wish for her to fix breakfast and don't appreciate her wasting your food. The very first time is understandable, but repeatedly doing it is pretty ridiculous. Not the asshole, your mother is boundary stomping. Not the asshole, let her waste your sister's food. Not the asshole. You were polite and clear. She chose to override your boundaries. She gets the boot. Not the asshole, I'm with your girlfriend on this. It's hilarious when you aren't the one involved. It sounds like your mom is in caretaker mode and you are the unwilling recipient of that. Maybe you could have come to an agreement about dinner instead of breakfast, but I get you are annoyed, are an adult and it's your place. Not the asshole, make sure when you visit on the holidays to fill a plate and look her in the eyes while you dump it in the trash. She will obviously have no reaction whatsoever. Not the asshole. She was making more work for herself and wasting your food for absolutely no reason other than her own stupid guilt-tripping power play, and she has the nerve to call you ridiculous and petty. Not the asshole. Is it the N or the O that she doesn't understand? Not the asshole. I'm with your girlfriend on this one. Not the asshole, guests obey the house rules. Not the asshole, she was being ungrateful and damn rude intentionally. What would they all say if you bring her a nice gentleman to date when you visit her house? She doesn't need one or probably even want one, but you've decided she doesn't get to decide for herself, so you will keep doing it. Maybe you should find a nice girl for your father too? Of course that would be ridiculous. So's your mother. Not the asshole. She's refusing to respect your boundaries in your home. Not the asshole, and your girlfriend is the smartest one. Dad next. Stick by your resolve. Wasting food is a peeve of mine too. Not the asshole. The way to rectify this is for your mother to respect your wishes and do less. You're not asking her to do more. You're not being an imposition or asking something difficult, you're asking her to stop making effort. It literally couldn't be easier for her to respect your wishes. To ignore your request is a purposeful effort. Not the asshole, but did you actually see the food in the garbage? I'm just saying, maybe mom is a bacon fiend and would rather have you think she's being stubborn than know she's eating 3 servings worth of bacon and eggs every day. Not the asshole. She was informed of your habits, then warned, then questioned about her health. Food insecurity is too high to be this dense and wasteful. She obviously thought she trumped whatever boundaries you set, and learned a hard lesson that while you're her son, you're not her a child. Not the asshole. Her wasting all that food is nuts. I also think it would be healthier if you had a small breakfast daily, but that is still your choice. What the heck was she trying to accomplish? And though your reaction is drastic, I'm not sure if any less would have got her attention. By the way, your GF stance is right, the money. Not the asshole. I like your girlfriend, she's very wise to keep out of it.